Okay, and you've mentioned that extraterrestrials are already working with our scientists and politicians behind the scenes. Is this something tangible, meaning are actual meetings where both parties, humans and non-humans, are sitting at a table and talking?
Yes, and doing more than that, working
Uh,
together on technological ideas, so on and so forth. So, yes, there are actual conversations and interactions taking place between them for certain projects. Yes.
And which species, which group of extraterrestrials would that be?
Some Pleiadian, some hybrid, some gray, a few other things.
Okay, and this person wants to know when is the earliest one of us could take a ride on an ET spacecraft?
Somewhere between open contact and 2050. I cannot say for each and every individual when that time may come, but this will become more and more available to humans as the decades unfold, as your society and extraterrestrial societies become more integrated. It will become more available over time. For each individual, that will be a personal timing.
Okay, and could you give us some tips on how to manage our impatience and curiosity regarding this new cycle that seems to be unfolding? This person's feeling a mix of anxiety and excitement, and they want to know how to prepare themselves and how to be of service.
Just follow the formula, live your life in the best way you possibly can. Be of service to others by sharing your gifts. Impatience, remember, is thinking that something better is going to be happening than what's happening in the present. Nothing is more important than what's happening in the present, whatever that is, because that's where your lessons are found. That's where your challenges lead you to grow. So stay focused in what's going on, act on your passion in service to others to the best you possibly can, then everything will fall into place. That's all you have to do.
Okay, and regarding the holographic recording of Earth's history, will that tell just the ancient history or will it include our modern history as well?
Everything up to the present. And
And
even the possibility of some probabilities of the future. Because these recordings are, in a sense, able to tap into what you call the Akashic records, which actually contains past, present, and future probabilities. So the idea is that it will be perhaps more relevant to your mindset to think of it as recordings of the past of things that have already happened, but it can also be utilized as a technology to determine what might be the best courses to take in examining and exploring the idea of future probabilities as well.
what about things like um, crimes that have happened, corruption, war crimes? Will any of these things be like consequential secrets that are revealed through that process?
On certain occasions, some of that may be included, but it's more about the idea of recording of outward events, whatever actually appeared to happen physically in your reality, more than the idea of what may have been internally withheld by individuals. Now, there may be some instances when people may have, in a sense, outwardly discussed certain things that were secret that may have the ability to be recorded. But again, it's not so much about the idea of consequential secrets as it is more about the idea of what it is that you would consider to be outward appearing history.
So, for example, the Kennedy assassination, is that something that would be revealed accurately what had actually happened or
Yes. Every aspect of that was recorded.
okay. Um, and what do the ETs think of humans that are extremely religious? Is it off-putting to them?
It's not that it's off putting, it's just that we understand that Different people may require different kinds of permission slips to allow them to move forward in life in certain ways, although we simultaneously understand that many religious doctrines can be quite limiting to a person's ability to make their own personal connection to spirit. So it's just something we observe that we would generally consider to be not necessarily the most efficient way to connect to the idea of your personal space or relationship with source. But at the same time, we also recognize the importance of permission slips for certain people who simply do not necessarily know any other way to get in touch with those things that may matter to them on that level.
And how can we recognize during open contact whether an extraterrestrial being is benevolent, like the Pleiadians, or maybe not well-intentioned, who would have domination in their plan? Um, we want to be able to discern so we're not misled during that phase.
Any misleading would come from your own people, not from the extraterrestrials. The beneficial extraterrestrials are keeping anyone that is not beneficial to Earth at bay. So you don't have to worry about that. So any deception would be coming from your side, not from the extraterrestrial side.
And some people are saying that a scare event will happen to wake up humanity and usher in a new era. Will this scare event actually occur? And if so, why would a scare event help to wake up humanity instead of taking over our media and explaining everything to us calmly?
It's not about the idea that there is a scare event. It's about the idea, it's a way of interpreting the understanding that some people will react negatively to the idea of open contact. They may scare themselves. So it's not that it is a planned scare event so much as it is that there might be a lot of scare reaction from certain people who are not in alignment with their true selves.